If y'all never knew why I call Kamala Harris Klownmala before today, after this article that I read for you, you will understand why I refer to her as that. Now, Town Biz, and shout out to him. Shout out to him. He did a video about it. Then I went on to Twitter and saw people talking about it, and I said, "Yeah, this has to be addressed because now you're really about to find out how much of a clown she truly is." So apparently, Klownmala put out this post, and people were looking at it and reading it and saying, "Why does this post that she put out here look so familiar?" And basically, it's I think they said it was an interview about her childhood, but they were noticing that when they looked at what she said, it sounded very familiar to another passage from another prominent figure, and that prominent figure being Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And they said it was literally word for word, except for one of the words, they just rearranged the spelling of it to make it sound like it came from her as a child. So I said, so she pulled a Melania Trump. Remember what happened when Melania pretty much plagiarized Michelle Obama's speech? Or was it a couple years ago? And people tried to give her a cover for that. I didn't give her a cover for that. And I'm definitely not going to give her cover for this. So I'm going to go ahead and read this article. It says, a story VP-elect Klownmala Harris told in a months-old magazine interview about her childhood has resurfaced after readers noticed parallels to a story told by the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in 1965. Speaking to Elle magazine for their October cover story, Harris detailed a time when she became separated from her parents at a civil rights march in Oakland, California. At the point in her story where Harris's parents found their lost daughter, the account begins to sound familiar to a tale told by the great civil rights leader. My mother tells the story about how I'm fussing and she's like, "Baby, what do you want? What do you need?" And I just looked at her and said, "Freedom." Now, she said she spelled it with a W, as if, you know how a child, when they try to struggle to say longer words, it doesn't come out the way that it's supposed to because their mouth hasn't really formulated to say the word correctly. So she spelled it Fweedom instead of Freedom. Harris told the same story in the preface of her 2010 book, Smart on Crime, writing on how her mother used to laugh while telling others about the moment. She also referenced it in her 2019 book, The Truths We Hold, An American Journey. So she's done this 3 times with the same passage that she knows does not belong to her. And how about she puts it in her book that says The Truths We Hold? What truths? You already lied. So that's a contradiction. The interview, while months old, resurfaced on Twitter this week when multiple users noticed the uncanny similarities the story had to one told by MLK during a January 1965 interview with Playboy magazine. In the piece, the civil rights icon recalled a moment he witnessed between a young black girl and a white police officer. "I will never forget a moment in Birmingham when a white policeman accosted a little Negro girl, 7 or 8 years old, who was walking in a demonstration with her mother," King told the magazine. "What do you want?" the policeman asked her gruffly, and the little girl looked at him straight in the eye and said, "Feed 'em." He continued. Now, doesn't that sound a lot familiar, like the story she's been going around telling 2-3 dozens of times? She couldn't even pronounce it, but she knew it was beautiful. "Many times when I have been in sorely trying situations, the memory of that little one has come into my mind and has buoyed me." A spokesperson for Harris could not immediately be reached by the Post through the Biden transition for comment. I bet they couldn't, and they're probably going to try to clean that up. But yeah, now y'all see why I refer to her as Klownmala Harris. You just got a glimpse of it right there as to why I refer to her as such and will continue to refer to her as such. And that's just going to be how it is until I feel like I don't have to anymore. But yeah, but this is who y'all voted for. This is who you voted for. I didn't vote for her. I'm just being honest. I did not vote for that woman. And y'all are going to have to deal with it. Now, I want to know, what are her stands, her K-hive, as she called it? And even that is a bite off of Beyonce with the Beehive. So is there any originality there at all to be had or to behold? I guess not. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this ridiculousness. All you can do is just shake your head and laugh at the nonsense. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, have your notifications turned on, and I will talk to you in the next one.